So this morning we decided to divide and conquer a little bit. Yesterday was, I don't really know what my expectations should be for this trip, but it doesn't seem like there's a ton of deer on the public land. So we split up this morning. Jake and Steve went together. Nick and I went to a piece that they had been to a few years back. And Nick located quite a few deers. It's awesome.
Catching deers.
Yeah, Nick saw some deer out on some private feeding. We're assuming probably like an alfalfa field. There's a ton of them over there. However, it doesn't seem like they're going to come off of that anytime soon. So we made an advancement on them to just get a better look at them. And actually, Nick spotted some mule deer working directly into the public. So you can see this. I would assume it's probably an old railroad bed that they're now using as a 2-track ranching road. And we're going to be able to follow this with the wind in our face the whole way to them. They are working, I guess that would be to the west, up on a mountaintop. So we're just trying to make a move to get better eyes on them, see what they are, and go from there.
That's a lot of meat right there.
They're getting a little more bold with not enough rounds to take care of them all. I'm already tired.
It's a good looking hill. All right, well, we found them, and just so happens there's a couple dandies in there. I mean, some big mule deer. We're up on this high point right now, trying to game plan. It's a little after noon. One of them just bedded back down. The other two are just up feeding in the sage, and we can't find the fourth one, but it's all $4. We think Easton's gonna try to slip around. I'm gonna keep eyes on him. He's gonna try to slip around, get a little bit closer. Unfortunately, our rangefinder isn't working correctly, and we can't get an accurate range on him. So we'll keep you in the loop. I'm sure you guys can't see, but there's a fence line right down in there. It's about 600 yards away. They're down in there. Easton's gonna loop around these big, we're calling them mountains, whatever you want to call them. He's gonna loop around those and try to get to that point right there and have about a 300-yard shot. no. Missed the shot.
Based on the encounters of day 1 and 2 thus far, I believe that you're not going to get too many opportunities. And I just blew a prime opportunity at 4 beautiful deer, 3 of which were studly in my opinion. It was actually the same group that we saw this morning right off the rip. And we ended up deciding to make a play on them, got up on a high point, glassed them at somewhere between 500 and 700 yards. And I say probably because we did not have a functional rangefinder that was capable of ranging at that distance. So, decided I need to get closer. Nick stayed up high. I made a stalk and got to a spot where I felt pretty confident in my shot. I would call it a chip shot for Western hunting, probably just a couple hundred yards. And I say probably because, again, evidently my rangefinder does not function at even just a couple hundred yards. And that's entirely my fault for not knowing that beforehand. In the past, it's worked out to 500, and evidently it does not anymore. So, on top of that, I got a bunch of water in it, so I couldn't even try to range it. And the deer started spooking, and so I decided to try a shot. I was pretty confident in the distance, within, 50 yards or so. I think it was somewhere between 250 and 350, 250 and 300 maybe, and I completely missed. So they spooked and ran across onto some private fields, and now we're going to regroup. That was probably my opportunity, and I fully believe that at this point, whatever happens, happens, and I really don't expect another opportunity. So we'll see. We're going to grab some lunch here and regroup for the rest of the evening. Stink. I don't want to talk about it. And that's a wrap, folks. We'll find you on.
Thank you guys for checking out our first Montana video. We got 2 more coming, 2 more in the pipeline. We think you guys will enjoy. We get into some more mule deer and have a little bit better luck this go around. So if you guys would, if you like what you're seeing, hit that subscribe button down below. We would greatly appreciate it as we're trying to grow the channel here. We're going to continue with these weekly videos popping up on Wednesday evenings at 6 with some other videos intermixed as well. We're going to go ahead and drop the second Montana video tomorrow and the third one on Friday. So there'll be a quick turnaround for those. And then, like I said, we'll get back on that Wednesday evening schedule. We appreciate you guys checking it out.